Roll call, please.
Mr. Lerner,
Here.
Ms. Dolan,
Here.
Mrs. Jeffrey,
Here.
Mayor Morgan,
Here.
Mr. Comiskey,
Here.
Mrs. McKnight,
Here.
Mr. Gardner.
Here.
Let's salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is a public meeting of the Borough Council, Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey. Adequate notice has been given in accordance with PL 1975, Chapter 231. That annual notice of revision was made in conformance Section 13 of the Act. Tonight, I am delighted to bring up Mr. Harry Delgado. You're in charge of the reaccreditation for New Jersey Police Chiefs Association, correct?
Yes, I am, Mayor.
Yeah, great. And we want to thank you for coming and giving us this presentation.
Well, it is my pleasure because the New Providence Police Department in New Providence in itself is a special place. I was telling the chief just a few minutes ago that in order for me to calculate their longevity and commitment to accreditation, meaning best practices in law enforcement, I almost had to learn no math. Because when you figure that, to add context to what I'm about to share with you, that there's about 600 agencies in the state of New Jersey that would be eligible to apply. So about 54% of those have made it successfully. And you go on and on, 32% are first accredited, reaccredited 19%, 4 times 8%, 5 times 3%. But when you're reaccredited 6 times after your initial, you fall into a very special elite group of less than exactly 1.8%. I was going to say less than 2%. So there's only another agency that has that commitment, and certainly this one has the most and the longest commitment. So if you indulge me for 2 minutes, I'd like to share with you the significance of the achievement. So the New Providence Police Department has once again made a commitment to adhering to best practices at the state and national level in a highly regarded statewide law enforcement accreditation program. This program, administered to the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police and the New Jersey Law Enforcement Accreditation Commission, has helped to transparently demonstrate the professionalism, transparency, and preparedness of state law enforcement agencies in the state's public safety system. Now, during these uniquely challenging times and the threat to our health and safety, encouraging law enforcement agencies to follow standardized practices and policies is a potentially life-saving and cost-effective investment of time and resources. Now, accreditation status represents a significant professional achievement. This prestigious 6th reaccreditation status demonstrates Chief Daniel Hand's firm commitment to state and national standards and the continued expectations for quality, professional, and ethical policing at the New Providence Police Department. Now, accreditation provides objective evidence of an agency's commitment to excellence in leadership, resource management, and service delivery. Government officials can be more confident in the agency's ability to operate efficiently and meet community needs, and officers in accredited agencies can take pride that they have been objectively recognized for their professionalism and adherence to the highest standards. So when the assessors came here at the end of this face-to-face final assessment, I'll paraphrase 2 paragraphs from the report that is forwarded to me and that I have the privilege to accept and then recommend to the Accreditation Commission. So under Chief Daniel Hand, a high level of competence, leadership, and professionalism is evident within the agency. It is evident that the New Providence Police Department will continue to move forward following best practices, a preparedness plan, and a verification of excellence. So it is the opinion of the assessment team that the New Providence Police Department is a highly professional and committed agency which exemplifies all of the tenets of law enforcement agencies, not only at state level, but at the national level. And the fact that we found no issues, even though I think that they're proficient at the accreditation process, it is also remarkable. Therefore, it is my honor here tonight on behalf of the New Jersey State Association of Chiefs of Police and the New Jersey Law Enforcement Commission to congratulate Chief Daniel Hand. I'm going to try this, the Accreditation Manager, Lieutenant Don Stratonovic. Appreciate it. I apologize beforehand. I have written here several times, but thank you. I want to congratulate him as the accreditation manager, the mayor, the council, and those citizens that they so proudly serve for having achieved the 6th reaccreditation. Remarkable. And joining a very exclusive group of law enforcement agencies that have made this commitment to excellence in policing. So to all, indeed, congratulations. I have a certificate to present.
it's times.
They have a history and commitment like no one New Jersey, and that's remarkable. That's a lot to say.
Everybody knows how proud I am of these guys.
Great. Thank you very much. Thanks, man. Thanks, Adam.
Before we go on, we lost a great citizen last week, Betty Metzger. Betty Metzger, she was a teacher in the high school. She worked up in the board offices. She was actually president of the library board for how many terms? More than I can even remember.
More than most.
Right. And she was dedicated completely to this community. So if we could just rise and have a moment of silence. Thank you. Now we have a few proclamations. We'll do, what's this one? Cheerleading team. Yeah. Whereas the New Providence High School girls varsity cheerleading team has demonstrated extraordinary talent, athleticism, and dedication throughout the 2025-26 season. And whereas through months of rigorous preparation, precise choreography, and an unbreakable team spirit, these athletes have represented the Borough of New Providence with immense pride and excellence. And whereas the team delivered a championship caliber performance at the New Jersey Cheerleading and Dance Coaches Association Performance Cheerleading State Competition held March 7, 2026. And whereas the New Providence varsity cheerleaders officially claimed first place in Group 1 All Music Division at the New Jersey Cheerleading and Dance Coaches Association Performance Cheerleading State Competition, marking a pinnacle achievement for the program. And whereas the team further showcased its versatility and elite skill by securing second place in the highly competitive small all-music division. And whereas the historic season is a testament to the hard work of the student athletes, of leadership, and of coaching staff, and the unwavering support of the New Providence community. Now therefore I, Alan Morgan, Mayor of the Borough of New Providence, do hereby proclaim and recognize the New Providence High School varsity cheerleading team for their outstanding achievements. My daughter was a cheerleader when she was in high school, and I know the work that you have to do. And believe me, they didn't get the first place, so it's great.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I love doing these because, you know, being a pioneer myself, it's great to see the kids succeed. I shouldn't say kids, I mean young adults, right? I think they're a lot more grown up than we were when I was your age. So, girls basketball. Boy, you're a quick change. He was just in his firefighter uniform. Whereas the the New Providence High School girls basketball team concluded an extraordinary 2025-26 season characterized by relentless determination, elite teamwork, and athletic excellence. And whereas the Pioneers demonstrated their dominance within Union County Conference, finishing with a perfect 11-0 undefeated record to capture the Watchung Division title. And whereas on February 21st, 2026, the team displayed immense composure in a thrilling 38-35 victory over Westfield, securing their second consecutive Union County Tournament championship. And whereas the Pioneers continued their postseason success by defeating Boundbrook 57-42, repeating the NJSIAA Central Jersey Group 1 champions, and bringing the 11th sectional title to the program's storied history. And whereas the team's grit led them to Rutgers University on March 15, 2026, marking their third state championship appearance in 4 years. That's truly amazing. Where they competed to honor as the NJISAA Group 1 state runners-up. And whereas the success of the team is a testament to the leadership of the coaching staff, the tireless support of families and fans, and the unwavering spirit of student athletes who have brought immense pride to the Borough of New Providence. Therefore, I, Alan Morgan, Mayor of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey, heartily congratulate the New Providence High School basketball team on their amazing accomplishments and wish them all the best in their future endeavors. You guys really don't have to stay if you don't want to.
Yeah, come home.
I know I don't have to twist your arms. But thank you all for making us.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you all for making New Providence such a great place to live and making us proud.
Sure you want to make them stay?
No, that would be torture.
Okay. National Library. Come on up, Stacy.
Crowd, windows down.
Let's get a round of applause,
Yeah.
right? Come on.
Get the whole team up. I know, right? Yeah, get them all up and going. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Whereas libraries spark creativity,
Right on.
fuel imagination, and inspire lifelong learning, offering a space where individuals of all ages can find joy through exploration and discovery. And whereas libraries serve as a vibrant community hubs, connecting people with knowledge, technology, and resources while fostering civic engagement, critical thinking, and cultural enrichment. And whereas libraries provide free and equitable access to books, digital tools, and innovative programming, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of background, have the support they need to learn, connect, and thrive. And whereas Libraries partner with schools, businesses, and organizations to maximize resources, increase efficiency, and expand access to essential services, strengthening the entire community. Whereas, libraries empower job seekers, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners by providing access to resources, training, and opportunities that support career growth and economic success. Whereas libraries nurture young minds through story times, STEAM programs, STEAM? That's right.
STEM plus arts.
See, you learn something new every day.
That's the librarian.
The literacy initiatives fostering curiosity and love of learning that lasts a lifetime. And whereas libraries protect the right to read, think, and explore without censorship, standing as champions of intellectual freedom and free expression. And whereas dedicated librarians and library workers provide welcoming spaces that ensure discovery, collaboration, and creativity for all. And whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers across the country are joining together to celebrate National Library Week under the same theme, Find Your Joy. Now therefore I, be it resolved that I, Alan Morgan, Mayor, proclaim April 19th through 25th, 2026 as the National Library Week. During the week, I encourage all residents to visit their library, explore its resources, and celebrate all the ways the library helps our community find joy. Personally, I want to thank you all. I don't think the library has been more well attended or used since I've been living in this town, which has been a long time. But, years ago when I was on the board, we always said, let's make this a community center. And that's what you have turned out to be. So I want to thank you immensely for all the hard work that you guys have put in over the years.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
One more, but I gotta get a
One more.
drink.
We made him say too many whereases.
Library
Well, if I
population
could
should
learn how
have a
to
lot of
spell it, it'd be
libraries.
great.
Should be on a scroll.
Yeah.
Like that.
Recognizing April 12th through 18th, 2026 as Local Government Week, encouraging all citizens to support the celebration and corresponding activities like we just had out here, the Touch a Truck. There were hundreds of people out there,
Yes,
and
so
everybody
many.
had a good time. Nobody got hurt either, which is even more important. Whereas local government is the government closest to most citizens and is one of the most direct impact upon its residents. And whereas local government provides services and programs to enhance the quality of life for residents making any municipality their home. And whereas local government is administered for and by its citizens, independent upon public comment to and understand its many responsibilities. And whereas local government officials and employees share responsibility to pass along the understanding of public services and their benefits. And whereas New Jersey local government offers an important opportunity for elected officials and local government staff to spread the word to all citizens of New Jersey that they can shape and influence this branch of government. And whereas the New Jersey State League of Municipalities and its member municipalities have joined together to teach citizens about municipal government through a variety of activities. Therefore, I, Alan Morgan, do hereby proclaim April 12th through 18th, 2026. As local government week in Borough of New Providence, as the mayor of Borough of New Providence, I also encourage all local citizens, local government officials, and employees to participate in the events that recognize and celebrate local government.
No one's taking your picture?
I'm worn out already.
That's it.
So
And
you
we
get
just
a break.
started.
Need approval of minutes of what?
Oh, we have a
America
presentation.
250.
Presentation.
250 was before these.
Oh,
They
yeah.
switched the order.
Yeah.
Maria, how could I ever forget you?
I don't know. All right, well, thank you for having me to speak about the America 250 Committee. I'm honored to be here with some of my committee members. You've been hard at work, and I want to overview some events happening this year. But none of this is possible without my committee, our liaisons, Lisa and Nadine, Diane Beliska, Amy LaBrief online, Molly Stassford, Stacy Mage back there, Nick Schultz is here, Lisa Barfield, Catherine Biber, and Steve Rossi. So first up, we have Reverend Caldwell Day, which is this Saturday. Hopefully you've seen all of our promotion materials about that. We think it's the largest event of its kind. There are 22 charities at 12 locations, all within 10 to 1. But Reverend Caldwell, maybe you've read about it on my flyers here. He was a pivotal local revolutionary hero. His story is often surpassed by his wife's murder scene, the Union County seal, if you've ever actually taken a look at that. James Caldwell encouraged residents to join the revolution, and he joined himself as the deputy of arms. So his job was to source food, supplies, and shoes were a big deal for local troops, including those at Jockey Hollow. And after the death of his wife, he moved to New Providence, where he was friends with the New Providence Presbyterian Church's minister, Reverend Elmer. And so he lived where the Adams Shopping Center is now. And in his home there, he would collect shoes and supplies, and then once he had enough for the weekend hit, he would take his wagon and bring them up to Jockey Hollow. So to honor his spirit, we're hosting this charity drive with a special feature collection for Operation Jersey Cares to support our military troops the same way he did. We have created, so we have our flyer, hopefully you have them or seen them. We've created this map that tells you about all of the locations, things they're collecting, a sampling of what they're collecting. We put together a handy shopping list / used donation list. So there's some things you could buy, for supporting the homeless and the troops. And then there's things like the police are collecting blankets and coats, and the Lions Club eyeglasses. So maybe you're looking to do some spring cleaning, and this is the perfect day to do that. There will even be a special revolutionary themed graveyard tour of the Presbyterian Church graveyard. I can keep wanting to say cemetery. At New Providence Presbyterian, there are 59 Revolutionary soldiers buried. There are 13 at the Methodist Church, even though the Methodist Church wasn't around during the time of the Revolution. But there will be a special tour at 12 and 1 with John Spanner, also on the committee, and so I encourage you to register and take that tour. Even if you took the old one, this one is revolutionary focused, so it should be great. Coming up then after that is our old-time baseball event. This, we just got confirmation, will be June 27th at Miller Field at the high school from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to have the original New Providence baseball team, New Providence Athletic Association, Crescents. They're going to be reenacted or played by local fire, EMS, and police. They're going to be playing against the New Providence Reds. So the Reds will be coached by Matt Somo, and Jason Margus will be reenacting Mr. A.G. Balcom, who was their coach, league commissioner, and a really important New Providence figure if you've never heard of him or driven down Balcom Way. So bring a chair, bring a friend. The society will be selling old-time snacks, and concessions like Cracker Jacks and Crescent's replica hats. And we welcome new people to join that day's event committee. It'll take a lot of people to help organize the baseball game. And then this past President's Day, we started our student interactives at the school. So this is Flat Sybil Ludington and Flat George Washington. So for students, they had a lesson with their media specialists at Saltbrook and Roberts. And they got to learn about certain revolutionary sites, but at Flat Washington, you take her around with you around town, you take pictures with certain historical sites. And then, so their media specialist taught them about local history, which ties into, we were getting a lot of feedback. Teachers wanted to know more about the specific local history. So coming out soon will be our Turkey Times quarterly newsletter. Each issue will give a little specific to this area revolutionary facts. On this first issue, if you see this long list here on the front and the back, these are the names of the 59 people buried at the Presbyterian Church as an example. You know, and things about like the lost cannonball in the basement of the Saltbox Museum, that kind of stuff. So we are working with the schools. The high school, middle school had a revolutionary crossword puzzle. So that's exciting, and we will continue with educational stuff in the fall. We hope you've seen and enjoyed the lanterns around town. They're up on the side of the academy. The academy, Presbyterian, obviously the Saltbox started there, OLP, and certain homes throughout town. We hope you enjoy them as much as we do. I think they look really beautiful, and they're really symbolic for the Revolutionary Liberty Tree. We will be in the Memorial Day Parade. We are adding on some July 3rd activities. And then finally, speaking of the library, would like to thank the library, our partner, for the website, the calendar, the graphics, and all the support they've given the committee. And that's it. Sure. So we hope to see you there. I know, I tried to be efficient, but committee members sitting right here in the front.
Thank you all. I know this isn't an easy task because I hooked you into the
Tricentennial, where Betty was involved too.
And Betty's involved with that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, COVID came and shut that down.
Yes. So this is, 2.0, I'm trying again.
Thank you, Maria, so
Thank you so
much.
much.
And the committee, your dedication and passion is palpable and contagious. And I have lanterns at my house. It's very exciting, and I look forward to Saturday and the baseball game and the rest of the year to come. So thank you guys for all that
Thank
you've
you.
done. Great job.
You guys do an amazing
They
job.
really
and
do.
You really put so much work and heart into it. Like it's mind blowing. Like I don't
You
even
didn't
know
think you
how
were
you
going to like
find the
history
time.
this much.
I don't know how you find the time, but you do, and it's amazing. So
It's
thank
wonderful.
Thank you. Let me know if anyone wants to get involved in any other way, and we'll see you hopefully Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now I need approval of minutes of March 24th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
No, so be it. Correspondence, we have Board of Adjustment for 27 Osborne. Linda Gleason about the council meeting microphone use. And New Providence Fire Department permission to host October 10th. This fire department open house. Nobody has a problem with that, right?
No, it's wonderful. It's so fun.
Okay, let's go to council business, administration meeting.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2026-129 is a resolution authorizing the Borough of New Providence to apply for T-Mobile Hometown Grant. So this is a request to permit to apply for this grant in the amount of $40,000, which will be used to upgrade the sound system in the municipal courtroom to enhance audio clarity during public meetings and court proceedings, support accessibility for residents with hearing challenges, and improve the overall functionality of the space for public engagement. So hopefully we get good outcome on that, so we can put those improvements in place. The second one is Resolution 2026-130, which is a resolution approving requisition R2600765 for Dell computers in an amount not to exceed $2,730 for desktop computers. So this authorizes the replacement of several desktops that are at the end of their life.
Okay, where are we? Community activities.
Thank you. Resolution 131 is a salary resolution. This is just approving some staff for our summer camps and our summer programs.
Okay, just keep going, engineering.
Resolution 132 is a resolution authorizing the return of escrow in the amount of $1,711.60 to Shagun Holdings III LLC, doing business as Primrose School. This is just a return of their escrow. The borough engineer has reviewed and inspected the site, and they have issued their certificate of occupancy. And as we all know, they are up and running well.
Yep.
Resolution 133 is a resolution awarding contracts to Sunny Electric Inc. and Fogia Trinity Electric LLC for on-call electrical services through March 31st, 2027. We went out for bid, or should say we approved to go out for bid for the electrical services. These are the two contracts that were approved, that we are approving.
Okay, finance. Lisa.
Thank you, Mayor. We have Resolution 2026-134. This is a resolution of the Borough of New Providence amending Resolution 2025-36, requesting permission to authorize the establishment of a dedication by rider for donations, acceptance of bequests, and gifts pursuant to NJSA 4-39 and required by NJSA 40A5-29. This resolution amends Resolution 2025-36 to specify that the donations accepted by the borough will be used for beautification of municipal properties. It requests state approval to establish a dedicated trust fund for these donations and outlines the required administrative procedures and reporting procedures. Resolution 2026-135, Shelbourne Spring LLC versus New Providence Borough, Block 210, Lot 21, 41 Spring Street, docket number 001557-2026. This resolution authorizes the borough attorney to execute a settlement in tax court. It's a tax court appeal filed by Shelbourne Spring LLC regarding the 2026 tax assessment for 41 Spring Street. In accordance with a prior agreement, the property assessment will remain unchanged at $10,672,000. The settlement applies only to this property and does not impact other taxpayers or assessments within the borough.
So sorry, Bernadette, is that like a win for us? Like, so they appealed and we basically settled as we were correct in our assessment?
Is that Providence Place?
No, it's 41
41 Spring.
It's where Summit Medical is and all that.
Oh, Summit Medical. Oh, okay.
The billing area.
It's all office buildings. Okay.
Resolution 2026-136 is an emergency temporary appropriation amending the 2026 municipal temporary budget to include appropriations for equipment maintenance and repair for the fire department, insurance, and professional services related to court. We have Resolution 2026-137, which is a resolution authorizing the payment of the attached bills payable list. The amount is $3,825,971. Some of the more significant items are the state of New Jersey for $1,166,569 for our PFRS contribution. The New Providence Board of Ed, $1,513,490. That's our April school tax. State of New Jersey, $565,666 for our PERS contribution. Horizon Healthcare Services, $168,720 for our April insurance bill. We have the New Providence Memorial Library for $119,967. That is their April appropriation. Jersey Central Power and Light, $32,999 for electric. Ben Schaefer Recreation, $28,510 for our downtown planters. And Current Elevator Technology, $26,218, and that is payment number 3. which we'll get into a little bit later on when we talk about our seniors. Resolution 2026-138 is a resolution accepting the proposal from David Shapiro of Agro Appraisals to provide part-time assessment inspection services for the Borough of New Providence. This is approving this vendor for assessment, appraisal services, and data entry in the tax assessor's office.
Okay, we have a limousine license for Raja Shakur for Summit Express, and raffle applications for the PBA, RA 1259 and 1260. All applications have been properly prepared and reviewed. Public Works, Alan.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2026-139 is a resolution employing summer help in the Borough of New Providence. That's just approving bringing back Jack Verbrano as summer help at a rate of $18 per hour and hiring Cameron Sheeran and Vincent Graziano for the summer at $17 an hour. Resolution 2026-140. It's a resolution approving requisition R2600647 for Armstrong, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $5,000 for Passaic River desnagging. This is just approving Armstrong, Inc. to remove the trees that are in the culvert. And last, Resolution 2026-141. This is a resolution approving requisition R2600736 for Mazuko Masonry, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $32,750 for resetting paver walkways in downtown. This is approving Mazuko Masonry to reset the brick pavers on South Street, Springfield Avenue, and Academy Street that have become tripping hazards, as well as the replacement of any damaged pavers.
Okay, seniors, Lisa.
Resolution 2026-142. This is that payment number 3 that we were talking about before to Current Elevator Technology, the amount of $26,218. This is for the project at the Elizabeth Barabash Manor for the elevator replacement that we've been talking about.
Okay, we go to committee reports. First off, I'd like to congratulate again the police department. They're just incredible. Being 1 or 2 in the state, there's 560 departments out there. It's incredible what they've been able to do. But talking about local governments, as much as we love to involve our students, as part of Local Government Week, the Borough of New Providence is proud to announce an essay contest launching April 14th, encouraging students to reflect on their hometown and the role of local government in their daily lives. The contest is open to all students grades 2 through 12 and is divided into 2 categories. Elementary school 2 to 5, theme, what I like about my hometown, and students are invited to share what makes New Providence special, including favorite places, community helpers, and what they enjoy most about living in town. Middle and high schools, what I like about my hometown, students are asked to reflect on their experiences with local government, how municipal services such as public safety, parks, and public works impact their daily lives. Submission date, deadline is Friday, April 24th at 4:30 at the clerk's office, and winners will be announced at the April 28th Borough Council meeting. Winners of all groups will receive a recognition from the mayor and may be eligible for additional local prizes. That sounds like fun.
Who's judging that? Who's judging?
Not me.
And is this going to be introduced into the schools, or?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm surprised we haven't heard about it yet.
They're just announcing it.
Okay.
Today.
All right.
You're hearing it now.
Can they also email it to the clerk? Okay, so you don't have to bring it to the office, you can,
It's on the website. Email it.
on the website.
One thing I do every year is that Mrs. Kowalski always has me come and talk to her 3rd grade group, and I'll tell you, they came up with some pretty interesting questions this time. I was really surprised. Like, let's say somebody lives in a house and it's half in New Providence and half to Berkeley Heights. Who do they pay taxes to? And, you know, yeah, I said, well, the towns work it out. And whoever can deliver the services best to that individual, that town takes the responsibility and gets the tax revenue. Because I know there's one house that's totally into New Providence, but it's cut off by Berkeley Heights, so Berkeley Heights actually gets that tax revenue and provides the services. So
But their address is New Providence. Talk about
their address is Berkeley Heights.
Oh, it is Berkeley Heights.
There's a lot of Berkeley Heights mailing
Yeah.
addresses and Summit, where
There's a
you
couple
know,
Summits.
Tall
Yeah.
Oaks.
Yeah,
So that goes by mailing address,
Yeah,
but,
interesting.
yeah, and you get, there's one up in Club Drive where I think that backyard is in Summit, the house is in New Providence, and the front yard's in Berkeley Heights, something
Oh,
like
my
that. But it's all over the place.
I'm smiling because I was speaking at a scout meeting and another kid asked me the exact same question. It was like a middle school kid, so I don't know, this is just on their minds, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe they're related.
Maybe.
yeah. But there were some really good questions. I was very impressed. And I wanted to bring something else in. Oh, stormwater. I think we all read the article about Senator Congressman Kane. He's allowed 20 projects that he goes before Congress and tries to get funded. One of them, two of them came to New Providence. One for police radios, and the other one with the other 4 towns involved. They put in for a $4 million wastewater or stormwater grant, try and clean up the river a little. So hopefully they can make some progress there. The other thing is that the DPW went the camera over by the Maple Street Bridge. They found an unmapped manhole. So when you take the camera and go in, it just drops the camera. So they had to find that manhole, they had to dig it all out. And this is what I mean about you find things that you don't expect. And they went in the other way. I could say there was no blockages in that pipe, so that's where we are now with that. So we'll have to see what else can go on over there. So, okay. Alan.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so the DPW, you may have seen them out. They're going to be cleaning out storm drains. They just did mine, so it was really fresh on my mind. You know, as we get into the storm season, having those drains cleaned is really important, especially to keep water flow at a maximum rate. Sustainability, so we have a lot on the docket. Plant and Seed Exchange is April 19th. That's going to be at 3 p.m. Earth Day. Very, very important. April 22nd, it's going to be at Centennial Park from 3:30 to 4:30. You come decorate a recyclable flower pot and plant a seed. You take it home and watch it grow. You can register at Community Pass. I really, strongly advise everyone to take part in Earth Day. Every day should be Earth Day, but obviously we celebrate it on one day. NP Clean, we're going to be doing it on April 27th. Get some other information. Yeah, New Providence Cleanup Day. Join us for a cleanup day, a global movement to clean up our environment from waste and pollution. April 27th, 2026, obviously, from 3:30 to 5 p.m. All supplies will be provided, and the park location will be assigned by April 24th. Let's see. Free Cycle. Free Cycle will be May 3rd at 12 o'clock in the pool parking lot. Take all your stuff that you're not donating to the Reverend Caldwell Day and bring it there. Thank you.
Kathleen.
Thank you, Mayor. Committee reports. The Diversity Committee met last night, and progress is being made developing more definition around their goals and objectives of the group as they work to consider what's happened with the Diversity Committee in the past and work being done by other organizations in town related to diversity, like the library
and the school district. So the next meeting will be Monday, May 11th at 7 p.m. New Providence Municipal Alliance work is continuing on the production of this year's Every 15 Minutes film at the New Providence High School. And the next meeting of the Alliance is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in the Lincoln Room, and interested parents and community members are welcome to join us. The New Providence Community Pool, just a reminder that the registration for the 2026 summer season is now open, and the early bird special pricing deadline is tomorrow, April 15th. So if you haven't put in your registration for the pool, please make sure you do that to get the early bird pricing, and the weather that we're having right now has got to be the best enticement they could hope for right before their deadline.
I just sent my check in.
Okay. The New Providence Historical Society held their annual meeting / fundraiser at the Vintage Tavern in Gillette last week, and that included an incredibly interesting presentation from Rick Gefkin on the Lenape, Munsee peoples and European settlers in New Jersey. I learned a lot about what was really happening in the early days of when the European settlers were coming over to the Americas. And it was really a nice event. And so their next meeting is actually Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And it's going to be on Zoom. So if you're interested, go to the newprovidencehistorical.com to get more details. Also related to stormwater, I wanted to announce that the Stormwater Task Force has recommended that the Borough of New Providence establish a community-based Adopt a Drain program. As Alan just talked about, the DPW is out, took the grate off and is digging out all the stuff that's underneath. This is not taking the grate off and digging. This is just looking at trying to clear the drain, the grate itself. So this program will support our stormwater management actions, reduce localized flooding, and improve the quality of local waterways through resident participation. So the Adopt a Drain program would supplement the municipal efforts by empowering residents to assist with routine surface level maintenance of storm drains. And participants would, it's totally voluntary, participants would select a storm drain near their home, school, or place of business, perform periodic clearing of leaves and debris from the drain's surface, dispose of those collected materials properly, and optionally, they can go online and track and report their efforts through a platform that's to be set up. So the primary goals of this program are to reduce localized street flooding, improve stormwater system performance, decrease pollutants entering the local waterways, enhancing environmental stewardship within the community, and supplementing our DPW maintenance efforts in a cost-effective manner. So stay tuned for more information as to how to get involved in the next few weeks. So this is just one of many steps being taken. The mayor just talked about the funding request that was put in by Tom King Jr. to help desnag the Passaic River. We are also pursuing other avenues of funding at the federal level and hope to get some feedback in the next few months if any of those have been approved. In addition, the task force is working on developing a tool that will help us itemize, prioritize, track, and report out on the multitude of actions already completed and others as they come up, and we believe this will facilitate better and more timely communications with the public. And then I just wanted to take a few minutes to make some comments about things happening in the world, things happening here in New Providence. So as we approach Reverend Caldwell Day on April 18th, where we will commemorate the support the Reverend provided the troops in the Revolutionary War, by hosting a town-wide charity donation collection as part of the America 250 celebration, it strikes me that we are living in a time of parallel universes. We are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the birth of our democratic nation in 1776, and simultaneously, we are experiencing a complete dismantling of our democracy by the federal administration placed in office in January 2025. These are difficult days, and yet we want to honor those who fought to create our democratic union, which until recently was seen as a leader of the free world. this is a complex and conflicting moment in time. Some of my colleagues across the aisle often stress the need for residents to focus only on local issues that this governing body can act on when they make public comments here at a council meeting or on online forums or newspapers. I believe that view turns a blind eye to the effects the actions being taken at the federal level are having on every American, including all of us living here in New Providence. The threats to our citizenship, our votes, our equal rights, our livelihoods, our financial status, our personal safety within and outside our borders, our climate, our armed forces, our education systems, essentially to our way of life that we and our ancestors since 1776 have worked so hard to build. These threats are real and are escalating in the worst way every day. People are stressed, worried, confused, angry, losing hope for the future. And so yes, these concerns affect us in our daily life as we go about our business in New Providence. There is no impenetrable wall between our boundaries and what's happening in the rest of the world. 2 weeks ago, on March 28th, hundreds of New Providence residents joined other local concerned citizens to exercise their right to assemble and their right to free speech by protesting what is happening in our country in a No Kings rally, one of thousands that were held in every state in our union. It was a safe and peaceful event, and we were very grateful for the presence of our NPPD to ensure the event happened in a safe way. I believe holding such an event, even in a small town like New Providence, is an important community service to support the desperate need for an outlet, to be in a gathering of others who feel the same way about the dark and dangerous hole we are being dragged into by those in Washington, D.C., who either have no regard for our Constitution and the rule of law, or who are too weak and frightened to resist the lawlessness. In my role as a member of this local governing body, I encourage my colleagues to be understanding and accepting of our residents' well-founded anxiety and concerns to the extent that they may amplify their expression at the local level. We must recognize how the way the world we lived in at the end of 2024 has completely changed since 2025 and how it is changing our daily lives. We are not okay. We want our country to last another 250 years as a democracy, not an autocracy or a nation to be whipped around to satisfy one individual's ego. It's important for our future, our children's and grandchildren's futures, and frankly for the future of humankind, that we help each other navigate these troubled times, while at the same time making educated and wise decisions for the future of New Providence. Together, we will survive this onslaught on our democracy. We will regain our standing in the world. And toward this end, we must do all we can to stay true to our responsibilities to protect and defend our way of life within and beyond the boundaries of the borough. Thank you.
What was that?
That was a comment.
That was a nice committee report.
That was not a committee report by
Nadine?
Well, so my report tonight is going to be about the month of May. So we have a lot of great events coming up in April, as Alan had mentioned, and America 250. Mental Health Awareness Month is going to begin on May the 1st. And we're very excited. Brian and I are working with Debbie Merrick and the committee. Another great group, very enthusiastic residents of our town who are looking to bring good to all of our residents. So May the 1st until the end of the month, stay tuned for a lot of things going on around town. But in addition to that, we picked up the work from last year. I don't know how many people remember, but we started a crosstown mental health coalition. And last year we had 10 towns from two counties. This year we're up to 14 towns. So we've added, I wrote it down here, Florham Park, both Mendhams and Livingston. So 14 towns. We are going to all be working together to put forth the message on mental health. I mean, we're not doing big, huge things that will cancel mental health, but the point is to start the conversation to end the stigma. Mental health affects everybody. It's affected everybody at some point in their lives. It's very important to educate about it. It's very important to make people aware of it and to not be ashamed, to not have stigma related to it. So we are kicking off the event on May the 1st. Last year, we had it here in Centennial Park. This year, our partners in Summit are doing it. So May the 1st, from about 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock at the square, they're having local officials speak. We will be having different discussions on mental health, and they'll be having a great program. So I hope my members up here from council can join me on Brian as we do that as well. So as May comes, as with last year, keep your eyes open around town for ribbons going up and down Springfield, green ribbons, green everywhere. Green ribbons from Summit all the way up to Berkeley Heights on the poles. We are painting the town green again, the stores. We have a lot of participants. We have volunteers from teams, families. Everybody's going to be getting out and putting messages up, which is wonderful. There will be the signs that are back out again from the Rotary, the wand signs from the Rotary Club. This year they are selling them along with the light bulb and I think car magnet. So we will have that information posted as well where you can get those. So that'll be great. So what I'm definitely, oh, and the banners. So we will have the vertical banners that are out, but also keep your eye out on Springfield Avenue. You don't see it very often, but there will be a cross Springfield Avenue banner. I think only 10 towns will be on it, but the new towns are coming on board as well. So there will be a proclamation that you'll hear at the next meeting. That'll be coming as well. And I think that's everything for that. So stay tuned. It's a great group. It's a great event throughout. And, you know, again, mental health is very, very important to all of us. And we are working to reduce that stigma.
Let me know if you need help painting windows. I've
Yes.
gotten pretty good at it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So if anybody wants to volunteer to paint windows with me and Lisa and Brian, let us know. You can reach out to us on email, and it's great. It's really, really great. Oh, it's wonderful, though.
Just don't need a ladder.
That's what I'm saying, you can get up high.
It's just such a nice community feeling where we all work together for a really good common cause and highlight a very important issue that is continuously growing and spreading among everybody. So that's all I have to report tonight.
So, I want to thank Nadine for rolling right into local committee report after that speech we just heard. And I just want to, I've been on council for 8 years. I've been coming to council meetings for over 10 years. This is the very first political statement that I've heard up here at the dais. And I'll be honest with you, to me, it's extremely upsetting. You know, and honestly, if you want to run for Senate or Congress, then you should be giving those speeches all day long. That is not what we do here in New Providence, and honestly, if that's what you're going to bring to the table, then I think that's going to be a sad thing for the rest of the borough of New Providence. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Rev 250 and the volunteers and how awesome they're doing and all the work that they're doing, and there's so much going on there. There's like way so much going on there that I can't even keep track of it, and that's the kind of stuff that just really drives the borough. We thrive on volunteerism, and I just wanted to thank you guys for all the work and effort that you're putting into that. And there's so much exciting things that are coming down the pipeline, but that's just a little bit of what we are here in New Providence in terms of volunteerism and when in sports, and we have the proclamations for all these different programs and band and cheerleading and basketball and STEM, and you forget that's what New Providence is about. And honestly, I didn't do this because what's happening at our federal government. I do this because I care about every single person in New Providence. And I really want to do the best job that I possibly can, and I know that we're all up here for that specific reason. And I really, really pray that we continue to keep it that way, for the rest of this, this year as silly season starts to roll around and it gets even worse. But that's all I have.
gotta say, I agree with Matt. I mean, I'm here to do, and I think we're all here to do what's best for New Providence. And, you know, when you get outside of New Providence, you're gonna get a lot of different opinions, a lot of different thoughts. You know, you're saying certain things, you know, and it might apply to some people in town, but maybe not to some. Everybody's got a different way of looking at things. And I respect your opinion and what you think, and that's awesome. But it's hard to really kind of manage that here on this dais. I would love to just keep it local, and I know that we've said it before, but that's where I'm coming from.
Well,
you know?
let me just say, I think it's more about, you know, the juxtaposition about, you know, 250, let me just say real quick, like 250 years celebrating the fact of our democracy, and then locally us having a No Kings rally to really celebrate our democracy. And talking about, you know, we had almost 1,500 people in New Providence peacefully protesting as our constitutional right.
1,500 people, mostly from outside.
No,
of New Providence.
mostly New Providence people, because I was there.
I saw them get on the train, but
I mean, yeah, people came from, like, there were multiple, you know, neighborhoods involved, but our neighbors were there. You know, I was there, Kathleen was there, Brian was there. There were certain people that were obviously absent. But, look, I understand this is a place for, like, local government, but at the same time, this was an event that happened in New Providence. I'm talking about the juxtaposition of, like, us as a community all coming together, celebrating the fact that we don't have a monarch, and to keep it that way.
But not all of New Providence was there, is what I'm saying. So, like, you know, you're gonna have different opinions, you're gonna have different ways of looking at
I
things.
mean, look, we
You
celebrated
had that, which is awesome. I'm glad, you know, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, you know, you had your day, and that's great. I'm happy for you, but you're not speaking for all of New Providence. So I'm just gonna leave it there, and I don't, I'm not gonna get into it
continue with
anymore.
the committee
that's fine.
reports?
I'm just gonna go into my
in general,
committee
and don't
report. So,
interfere with other people's committee reports. So
my
if we could just
committee,
continue. Thank you.
my committee was here and my board was here, so I'm very proud of that.
Yes.
America 250. We did meet last night, and the committee is just above and beyond doing so
Okay.
much work. Maria and the rest of the crew, the amount of effort and energy that they're putting into this, just wait until the Memorial Day parade, you guys are it's gonna be awesome.
Is it show float?
That'll be a surprise, so, but it's just the amount of effort, energy, work, and commitment. I'm just so proud of the committee, and I'm so proud of all the committees. Like, everyone just puts in their time, instead of, you know, sitting home watching TV, which is, I would love to do, like, put my feet up and watch TV or read my book. You know, we're out here working, and these committees are out here working and giving their best for New Providence, and I'm just so proud of that. And the same for the library board. Stacy's just incredible. Her staff and the board have really turned the library, as Al said, into a community center. There are so many programs. Go on the website, and they did a mailer, and I'm hoping that everybody got it. It was the first time that the library put out a mail piece to every resident in town that just talks about 2025 year, the year in review, gives a lot of stats about the library, a letter from Stacy. Just, I'm really proud of the library, so there's that. And I also just wanted to remind everybody that at the next council meeting, we will be listening to it'll be a public hearing for the budget, okay? And we will be voting and hopefully adopting the budget at the next meeting. So just a reminder on that as well. That's all I got.
Hey, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor. One of the things I love about New Providence is that we can do a lot of things all at once. Committee reports, Communication Committee. Our last meeting was mid-January, so I'm into month 3 of hoping to schedule a new meeting, and hope springs eternal on that. County Commissioner meeting for March was mostly focused on the budget, similar to our last meeting. 'Tis the season. You know, that the county's facing similar pressures to what we reported last time. In addition, you know, they are suffering from direct cuts from the federal government that they've had to work around, but they have a plan in place, so that will go for public hearing. Oh God, I knew this. I want to say on April 30th. Don't quote me on that. It's on the website, but they follow a similar process as we do. Let's see, going down the list, mental health A&E, Nadine said it better than I can, and just a real shout out to Nadine for all the hard work that she's put in. She's put in 10 times the work as almost anyone else on this. So the only things that I'll add to what she said is, one, please patronize the businesses that are helping support the Paint the Town Green, and definitely echoing what Nadine said, it is about more than just the painting the town green. These are challenging times. You're not alone. There is help available. 988, is available. There's a lot of resources available to you. So please don't hesitate to take advantage of those. No luck yet getting the cable TV stuff going, but I hope also springs eternal on that, as does for the community forestry program. And then last but not least, I got to watch the Board of Education as they did the Teacher of the Year Awards, which is always fantastic. We have some fantastic teachers here in New Providence. My kids have benefited directly from many of the teachers who were awarded this year, as I'm sure have many others. So just a great shout out to our teachers in town. Thank you.
I actually left one thing out, sorry. I left one thing out about Mental Health Month, I'm sorry. We are meeting tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not it though. So we may have given the kickoff to Summit, but we are going to be having an event here in New Providence. We're going to be finalizing on those details tomorrow. We're going to have it in front of council of resolution at the next meeting. But we're looking to do maybe a small kind of walk and wellness event. So stay tuned on that. We'll finalize on that. We'll get it on agenda for next time. So I just wanted to put it out there that we still will be having an activity here in New Providence.
And April 29th, the kickoff at the DeCorso Center
Yes,
for mental health.
that's right,
Yeah.
for the senior.
Yes,
Mhm.
April 29th.
I knew there were other pieces.
Yeah.
And come to the meeting tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here in Borough Hall.
Yep, if you have any interest in joining our Paint the Town effort, please join us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I knew there was
You
one.
gonna bring up the DMV?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you, Mayor.
And trivia.
So asbestos removal has been completed at the Borough Annex, the Municipal Annex, also known as Old Borough Hall. With that complete, we'll begin to put the facility back together in anticipation of moving the police department across the street during the construction of their new facility. I'll be sending out an invite to the engineering committee to discuss additional outstanding projects, as well as get you up to speed on what's going on there. I do want to thank everyone who came out to the Touch a Truck event tonight. It was really fabulous. Each day this week, we've been posting daily trivia questions regarding local government. On Thursday evening, I hope you can join us in the gazebo at 7 p.m. for local government trivia night with our elected officials. And in the TAP today or tomorrow, you'll see information regarding mobile DMV coming to New Providence on April 30th. The registration link will open on Thursday at 11 a.m. It opens statewide, so if you really need an appointment, please get on there. We'll also have that information on our website tomorrow. That's all I have.
That's not just for New Providence?
No, it's not.
Are they doing real ID?
Yep.
So those appointments will go.
Yep, appointment only.
Do we know how many appointments they're gonna have?
Starts at 9, ends at 2:30.
But they do all services, so it's really great. Appreciate that. Thank
Okay.
you.
At this time, we have public comments. Anybody? Yes, sir. And please talk into the microphone. Because people have a hard time hearing.
Nick Schultz, 6 Candlewood. To bring up a topic that is not controversial at all, high-density housing.
Oh, cool.
I know the borough does its best to get as much information out there as possible. I look over the websites, I look over the plans, I look over a lot of things. Nothing beats attending the meetings. Not everybody can attend the meetings, and a lot of people say that they don't understand what's going on, they don't get it, they just don't feel like they're being informed. I'm a big watcher of these council meetings every 2 weeks. I watch every single meeting. I watch every single Board of Ed meeting. Let's get the planning board meetings on YouTube. It would be a great, great benefit to the community, to the borough. I don't know how much it costs, but I can't fathom it's a whole lot. And I think that would give everybody as much information as possible. I've been to those meetings. I've seen how you interact with them. I greatly appreciate it as a citizen, how you educate people on the rules and the laws and the ordinances. And it's a huge benefit, but it's very time consuming. And when you watch the council meeting on YouTube, you can set it at 1.25. It really gets you guys through a lot faster. I'm amazed at how slow you talk when I get here live. But I think it would be a great benefit to the community to broadcast those meetings, and it would help further educate the town. That's all.
Thank you, Nick.
Great
Something
idea,
to look into. A lot of planning board meetings really don't have anything on there, but you know, when it comes to some of the other ones,
During this time when everybody's talking about
yeah.
housing development, I think it would definitely.
That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Robert Wichnall, 105 Crest Road. So wanted to quickly speak about the flooding situation. And first, I want to thank everyone at DPW on the recent work that you all just announced as well. The responsiveness, they scoped the storm drain running through my property and confirmed there's no obstructions. So that's one check mark that we know that's not the problem. I appreciate the work and the update, really. However, that's indicative that there's a larger problem, right? So I was hoping it was a clog drain, actually. It's not. So the investigation and some additional field observations raised some new concerns. The catch basin on Maple appears to be receiving flow from multiple sources, including several street storm drains. I counted 5 going into that one basin. There's 5 pipes going into it, and in addition to that, it's one 12-inch pipe lets the water out. So math, that doesn't make sense, right? There's too much water going in there, and there's no way for it to go. Secondarily, there's in addition, the culvert pipe on the 3 that go underneath the train tracks, one has a door, and it's closed, the valve. So that valve is closed.
Okay, we'll look into that.
Yeah. So that comes a little bit later on to one of my concerns. So, so I also observed that one of the storm drains feeding into the system was completely clogged when I walked down Maple, but that's being covered, so that's cool. Thank you for the update. It looks like it's an easy cleanup type thing. Normal leaves are stuck in there. So, but good to hear they're gonna do it before rainstorms come in, because every little bit is gonna help. The storm drain that was buried under soil was, also the big concern there. That's 5 pipes coming in, and also the cap is a drain. So we're talking about 6 entry points into that catch basin. The catch basin is about 5 feet by 4 feet by 3 feet. It doesn't hold too much water. We're talking about a couple 100 gallons. But when we're having these flooding events, we have, hundreds of thousands of gallons coming in. So a brief reminder, now we have 3 times flooded, 2021, 24, and 25. Because these events are reoccurring, it's critical that the town move quickly to investigate and address the underlying drainage issues. If contributing factors have been identified and addressed after the 2024 flood, for example, it's very possible that the situation we're dealing with today could have been completely avoided. Given the town's responsibility for managing and maintaining stormwater systems, I believe this warrants a formal review on whether the system is adequate and functioning as intended. So I have a few specific questions for the council. Why is the culvert valve currently closed?
I have no idea.
Right.
I mean, that's actually New Jersey Transit, so.
So what is the standard operating procedure for opening and closing that valve?
I didn't know it was closed.
Right.
I didn't even know it had a door, so.
We haven't closed it.
Huh?
We haven't closed it.
Right.
No, I didn't even know
closed,
there
it
was a
transit.
door there.
So that tells me there's probably a line of authority and a standing operating procedure that's lacking, right? Is there documentation of when the valve was open or closed, including and during the 2024 and 2025 floods?
That, I can't tell you. I didn't even know there was a door,
Right.
honestly.
Okay. So what is the town's maintenance schedule for clearing storm drains? I think that's being covered, right? And we have a volunteer storm drain committee. That's great. Love to see these communications out, right, to the website. So that's what we've been encouraging the town, and let's do better on that communication. So that's, it's good to hear that. And the other observation I forgot to mention is that near the culverts, a lot of the debris has been pushed aside, but if a flood happens again, that debris is going right into the culvert. We're talking a significant amount of debris, about 4 feet high, of branches, tree limbs, other things that float, so they get taken back to the culvert, and that'll just clog it up and cause the flood again. So a little bit more maintenance there. Then another question is, has the town performed a hydraulic capacity analysis of this system, given the number of inlets feeding into a single 12-inch outlet? I think we brought this up a few months ago about the hydraulic assessments and the engineer reviewing these things. Basically, what's our throughput per hour, right? They typically used to do 24-hour throughput. That no longer works. We need to know how much throughput we have per hour so we could better prepare for flash flooding and see what the capacity is. So under the MS4 guidelines, is the area currently being evaluated as a known flooding hotspot? That's my final question. So anyway, I appreciate me being able to speak about this, and I really like how this town works together, right? The mental health stuff, it really means a lot to me, personally. I mean, I hear water running, I freak out, right? And I'm not kidding,
I
right?
completely understand.
Yeah, I hear water dripping, I freak out.
Well, one of your neighbors is a very close friend of mine, and I was here for Hurricane Floyd when I saw
Yeah, that was
what
really
happened to
bad.
him. I made sure those sister pipes were put in.
Yes, I know, and they're doing a great job, but now I see one door's closed, right?
Yeah, I never knew there was a door.
And I'm hoping that I think Alan mentioned that the cleanup is gonna happen. I hope that happens in the culvert, because the culvert next to my house between me and Sarah, it's clogged, right? There is the fence hanging down, there's trees hanging down. It's gonna slow the water down. So, and again, I'll volunteer for the painting green. Just let me know
That
where
would
to
be
sign
great.
up,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And the final point is that, this is a little off script here about the mental health, because what is happening today in the national government scene is affecting mental health. It affects me personally. My son is in the military. What's happening today keeps me up at night. It keeps Nikki up at night. It's not something to just dismiss. It really isn't. And maybe this is not the right forum, whatever, but I think us being a willing town to open to talk about it and use the mental health avenues is very useful. But talking about it is also useful too. It's not to be ignored what's happening above us and around us, honestly.
I agree.
Okay.
Just not in this forum.
Hmm?
Just not in this forum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, but the communication though, like, I have to come to this forum in order to find out what's happening with the drain.
Well, I disagree. And I will say this. You asked some great questions today. You have some very good information on some things that I don't even know what you're talking about, right? I don't know what that culvert that you're talking about. Alan said you didn't know a door. Honestly, you probably could have gotten better answers tonight had you sent those in. I don't know how long you've been sitting on it. Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was a week ago, but send them in. Let us take a look
But
at
I
them.
do have
mean,
my action lines
ask questions.
out. My action line requests, you'll see my history on it, right? I opened it up in top of March, my 4th request to get the pipe looked at. And then every time I had a request, what's the update? What's the update? What's the update?
That's not what we're
I
looking
build these systems for a living, right? You have a crappy system that doesn't automatically notify people, hey, update Robert Wichendall, right? Or Robert Wichendall, we're still working on it. We could do a lot better in terms of alleviating the pressure of the people of having to do updates and these things. So Matt, I do that, right?
Okay. I didn't see any of that. I apologize and thank you for that.
Right, and these other new findings also, like, are a result of when I finally get the action line requests back after I ask for an update, then I go to the next step. So you see, it's like one slow step at a time, where and that's why we have this organization, Rise MP, we can help organize these things and help get things done better. And we want to communicate that back, but it's not getting communicated back to us either. So it may look like I'm slow, well, it's because I'm not getting responses back fast.
I agree. we should have an action line for this committee specifically.
There is.
Okay, so any action line that's specific to this committee should be responded to.
And I'll volunteer to help on the website and the action line, because it's impossible to
And what I will say
find.
is I have been communicating with Mr. Wichendall, so I don't want you guys to think that we
Thank you
have
very
not
much.
been
Yeah.
communicating, because I have been.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
but-
you have been.
But what Matt is saying is that if you had sent me those questions beforehand and you came up, I could have the answers for you right now, as
Yes.
opposed to now you're here,
Right.
and now I'm gonna go back tomorrow and
Right.
now I've taken notes and, you know,
But
and it's not documented.
I only got the update yesterday.
Because you sent
and-
it to me on Friday night
yeah.
or Saturday. I don't work.
No,
this-
understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was away for 10 days.
Yep.
And I worked 17 hours last night.
Yep, I get it.
Till 1 in the morning,
Yep,
right?
I get it.
So, because I work for the federal government. That's who my
Oh, my
client is.
condolences.
Right? So I'm here to solve problems. That's what I do for a living. And I solve problems for the government. I solve some of the hardest problems out there. So what I'm looking at here today are very simple problems in my eyes about communication, workflow, case management. These are not tough problems, right? And if we square away some of the simplistic level of the system, it would help you, it would help me, it'd help all of us. But let us help.
Matt, last time I was up here, you promised me that you'd get back to me on the action line and you'd come take a look, and you did neither.
I actually followed up with Bernadette on that, and she was going to take it back and get back to you on that.
About the pipes, which we did.
Right.
You know, I've been to Sarah's place a couple of times, and I've
Yeah.
literally like seen the side of her house, like the railroad ties that are just
Fence
almost-
falling in.
Yeah.
She's
I
been
mean,
fighting that for a
Yeah,
long
the whole
time.
thing almost looks like it's like falling in, and, yeah, we do need to do better, and we will do better.
All right.
Thank you.
And we're here to help too, right? We know it's not easy what everyone's trying to do, and the hard work you did in the past, it's repeatable, we can do it, we can do it together. All right? I sent out a bunch of letters to Congressman Keenan, especially about the funding, and additionally about flooding.
I know you've been
So-
sending letters, because I've spoken to his aide,
Okay.
so
Yeah, so I'm trying to do my part to aid.
Yeah, I know you are.
Thank you.
We'll climb it up the ladder and we'll get some more
that's the
help.
first thing I ask people, you get to the congressman's office.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
they're the ones with the money.
And that's a good tip.
They can do
So,
it.
Yeah.
We appreciate
More
that.
pressure.
Thank you.
all the
Thank
way
you.
around.
And thank you for your son's service.
Yeah.
Good evening. Kate Gallick, 31 West 3rd Street. Can keep this brief tonight because you all read something that I think will help us a little bit. So first off, it would be remiss for me not to say that I believe and see the group trying to do a better job at communication. When 31 West 3rd Street, Bradford and 4th was being worked on, I was able to get updates that I needed specific to my area. However, none of my RISE NP communications from the early days from now that have gone to the full council have ever been formally responded to. So there is a gap somewhere. I think on the local level, when it's in someone's area, they're able to get their replies, but then on some of the overarching bigger questions, it might be harder. But Mayor, you read something tonight that I want to reflect back to you because I think it helps kind of illustrate what we're about at RISE MP. You said during your proclamation about Local Government Week that local government is the closest to the residents and has the most direct impact on their daily lives. It is meant to enhance quality of life. It depends on public understanding of its responsibilities. And the officials and employees share the responsibility of making those services understood. That is exactly what RISE MP has been asking for 9 months. We are not asking for more statements, and we're not asking for piecemeal updates at this meeting. We're asking for consistent, clear, educational communication that reflects what you read. We understand the updates tonight that you shared indicate that better communication is forthcoming, and we appreciate that, and we hope it's sooner rather than later, because we promise you managing all of this during wet season and storm events will become much more chaotic and disconnected. As residents, we have lived experiences, we have really smart brains, and as Robert said, most importantly, we are willing to roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, and do the work. We remain committed for that reason and for the betterment of our town to shaping a partnership with you all where we can inform the work that is going on. And we are urging you, based on the words that you read so beautifully tonight, to evaluate our requests with that lens. I think if you do, you will see where we're coming from, and you will see that at the end of the day, we are in this together for the town that we love. And I appreciate your time and good updates tonight, and I hope we can keep it moving. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Alan Swanson, 47 Overhill Road. Normally I don't have a prepared statement, but tonight I do. On March 28th, just down the road, we saw the third No Kings demonstration in New Providence at Veterans Park. Once again, over 1,000 peaceful, enthusiastic, informed citizens from New Providence and our region attended to take advantage of the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. As has always been the case, I want to express my thanks and gratitude to the New Providence Police Department. I very much appreciated the interactions that I had with Lieutenant Sretenovic prior to and during the event. I also appreciate the people driving on South Street who, when they had to slow down, were not disturbed, but honked their horn and waved in support. And I want to clarify for this body some misperceptions about the purpose of the event. There has been many statements regarding the No Kings at the national level and locally here in New Providence, which are simply not true. We've heard about demonstrators are paid, they're anti-American, they're outside agitators, and much more. Obviously, those kinds of perceptions and lots more just simply are not true. As the organizer of the event in New Providence, I found it interesting that the self-described hyper-local Tap Into New Providence stated that the following was about the local event in New Providence. They said, organizers described the rally as a call for democratic principles, civic engagement, and opposition to the concentration of power. I certainly believe that each of those goals is laudable, and I would agree with them. But you should also know they were not the primary motivation for the No Kings movement in general or the event. And as the sole organizer of the event here in New Providence, all the events in New Providence, I want you to know that at no time did Bobby Peer or anyone else from Tap Into New Providence ever discuss with me the No Kings events. And I'd also point out that this is why I don't do prepared statements. I would also point out that had someone from the TAP contacted the national organizers of the over 3,000 events that took place across the country, they would find that the following was the statement of the purpose for the events. And so I'm quoting from No Kings. Masked secret police terrorizing our communities, an illegal, catastrophic war putting us in danger, and driving up our cost. A tax on our freedom of speech, our civil rights, our freedom to vote. Cost, pushing families to the brink. Trump wants to rule over us as a tyrant. But this is America, and power belongs to the people, not to wannabe kings or their billionaire cronies. On March 28, we show up together and we say loud and clear, no kings. I end the quote from New Kings. That's why I organized the No Kings rallies in town, and why I will continue to oppose President Trump and Republicans and those who support the efforts to undermine many of the democratic principles that we operate under. And now I want to say one more thing. Because of the conversation tonight, I'm not going to dwell on things, but I want to mention a couple of local things that are important. I don't know how many of you know how many people voted by mail in New Providence last year. It was over 1,600. President Trump has stated that he and the Republicans are going to do everything they can to eliminate vote by mail. I'm not sure what you're going to say to those 1,600 people that voted last year, if that were to occur, or if you would oppose the efforts by President Trump's self-described desire with the Republicans to eliminate vote by mail. I would mention Morris Township passed an ordinance in an effort to reduce the amount of fossil fuels that were being used in the town. In 2022, the Trump administration is suing Morris Township to prevent them from taking that action because they do not want to allow reduction of fossil fuels in Morris Township. That's a local issue that's being affected by what's happening in the Oval Office. These issues are complex to some extent, but to me it's clear. We need to stand up for the principles that we're celebrating 250 years. And let me finally state, the original first No Kings protest took place in Boston Harbor at the Boston Tea Party. And that was about the ruler of this nation before it became the United States to kick him out and say no kings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else wishing to address council? Seeing no one, I declare the public comments closed. I need get going to closed session.
Yeah.
We could do the,
Please read the, kind
we
of
can do the
motion
consent
going to closed
agenda
session.
first.
Oh, we're going to do the consent agenda first, 1 to
Oh, you
16.
want to do
Yeah,
that?
you can
Yeah.
just approve
1 to
those 1 through
16.
16.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Lerner?
Yes.
Ms. Dolan?
Yes.
Mrs. Jeffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Resolution 3A, please read the title.
Resolution 2026-3A is a resolution establishing April 14th, 2026 as the date and 9:05 as the time, and the Municipal Center is the place for the holding of a special session of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of New Providence to discuss personnel matters, at which time the public will be excluded. And I just need a motion here.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Lerner?
Here.
Ms. Dolan?
Yes.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Alan, you have to leave. It's closed session.
Yeah.
Closing
Yeah.
time.
You don't have to go home, but you can stay here.
Yeah, you cut it.
We swear, we're going right in?
We good? Okay, I need a motion going out of session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, so be it. Okay, we have two resolutions we have to,
Do you want me to read them? Or do you
Yeah.
want, I've just put them under personnel. I can read them.
okay.
Resolution 2026-144 is a resolution approving request for special leave of absence from employee 001284 as per the borough's employee handbook, section 39.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Lerner?
Aye.
Ms. Dolan?
Yes.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Okay, and Resolution 2026-145 is a resolution approving request for family medical leave from employee 001472 under the Family Medical Leave Act of 1992.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Lerner?
Aye.
Ms. Dolan?
Yes.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
How about motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes,
Yes.
No,
please.
so be it.
I'm
Good night.
tired.
Good night, everybody.
Might as well go to the next.
Oh, my gosh.
Say goodnight to Irene.
I think this lid is gonna fall off this computer.